No, because if we're going to the tower, gonna need some shotgun shells. We gotta catch them cold. I gotta go to the second base. Try to get some sulfur. Gotta go mine. Gotta go to my second base. Make shotgun shells. I gotta catch them all. My name is TJ, and it's honestly been a while since I uploaded anything for you guys. Normally my content is about the games that I'm enjoying at the time, but right now the game that I am enjoying so deeply is what's keeping me from making any videos at all. I literally had to force myself to stop playing this just to escape the game for a bit and do a video. But it doesn't stop there. I've had a couple nights now where I just know I have to work tomorrow, but I still stay up to 3 or 4 a.m. just playing it. I also bought a server with 10 slots, created some custom events for my server members to enjoy, and now I can't stop. I'm about 75 hours into the game, and I think I can finally admit one thing. I am addicted to turning cute little animals into my depressed slaves that work 24/7 to keep me from butchering their entire species and force-feeding them to their own children. But I mean, this is normal, right? This is what the game is meant to be. It's how you're supposed to play it, right? I'm not crazy or anything. And the animals, they like this is what they want to do, right? They're not. These are my friends, correct? These are my pals. Alright, let's get serious for a moment. For those of you who aren't part of the Xbox or computer gaming community, or maybe you've been living under a rock for the last couple weeks, Palworld is a multiplayer game where you can catch, train, and live alongside these incredible little creatures called pals. You can build your own base, put those pals to work in whatever way you see fit, and upgrade your stuff. So you don't like cutting wood? Well, let your pals do it. You don't like mining? Let the pals do it. You don't want to carry those resources over to a storage container? Let the pals do it. Can't satisfy women? Let your pals. And so, after a while, your self-sufficient base will give you the ability to make armor, weapons, saddles to ride pals, etc., etc. This will help you get ready to battle big bosses, hunt for special items, and just have a blast, all while your pals are hard at work back at the base. 24/7. So let me show you. These are all my happy pals. This is my main base. It has my house, my big storage containers, egg incubation thingies, and this fun little factory with happy little workers. This is my second base. It's out in the middle of a volcanic rock, which is probably not too good for the little lungs, but they get berries for their work. This is the third base. Kinda like the second one, but instead of just metal, it has coal deposits too, which you need for things like ammo and stuff. Now imagine fast traveling between these to make basically everything you need. Weapons, armor, pal spheres. Oh yeah, they're not Pokeballs, they're pal spheres, or monster orbs. Whatever keeps the copyright doctor away, I guess. So like I said before, I purchased my own server simply because the ones available were very laggy, and the provider that I'm using is good quality and pretty cheap actually. Those custom events that I've mentioned are all basically just me changing around a couple numbers in the world settings editor, and right now I have something enabled like double XP weekend, where I double the amount of XP gained from doing whatever it is that people do in this game. But I can also make something like a crafting bonanza event where you get more resources from crafting, or maybe a spawn rate event where pals spawn in larger groups, which would like fill up the world a bit more, makes it more fun to explore together. A darkness event where the nights last a lot longer, which is very handy if you want to find pals that only spawn at night. Because oh, you're gonna need those pals, especially those that spawn at night. Like Tombat. Look at him. He's such a happy little guy. When it comes to fighting, you might think, alright, I'll just send out my biggest pal and it'll basically destroy everything. And you'd be right, kind of. It could work out just fine. But isn't it much more fun to craft a goddamn double-barrel shotgun and go to town? America. The answer is yes. Yes, it is. You'll need to work together with your pals to defeat larger enemies though. There's tower boss fights that are pinged on your map, and you can literally go anywhere you want from the start. So a level 1 character could potentially roam around anywhere and run into a level 50 fire horse thing. But you'll need certain types of armor just to go to a particular place on the map. Like the volcanic base that I have requires me to wear heat resistant armor. Something that a level 1 can't really craft in any way, shape or form. So you're kinda locked off by stats, not by invisible walls. That way the boss fights stay fair and reasonable. The first tower boss fight is a great way to show off what the game's boss combat is like. You go in, throw your hardest hitting pal out and chip away at the health of an absolute unit with your bow and arrow. Eventually, you're either gonna gain some special loot, or you have to go back there and pick up everything you dropped when you died. Apart from the big boss fights, there are some massive pals that roam around freely that you can encounter as well. Not really bosses, but they feel like bosses when they fill up your entire screen with their AoE attack. Some are harder to fight than others, of course. You could probably cheese a couple of them, but with the right pal setup, anything is possible. For me, as a server owner, Palworld isn't just about the battles, the crafting, and the exploration. It's actually about a community that I'm currently wanting to create, where people will have stories to tell that begin with, remember that time we went here, or we did this special boss, things like that. It's not just about leveling up till I hit maximum. It's about creating quick and short custom events that will throw people off of what they're doing. Something to keep people on their toes while having fun messing around this big open world. Kinda like being a Dungeons and Dragons dungeon master or something along those lines. And so that's what I've been doing lately. Because making, or at least trying to make, an interesting Palworld server is just another way for me to be creative, which is something I love to do. That's why I started doing YouTube back whenever I started. So to my loyal subscribers who were patiently waiting for the next video for the last, 20 days or 21 days? I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize for being so late. Palworld had kinda taken over my entire life in the first couple days of its early access release, and I just didn't have the power to stop, you know? So I'm gonna keep playing cute animal cruelty simulator for sure. And if you guys want, I'll upload more Palworld content in the future. But I do realize that overall, my content usually doesn't really align with the words fluffy, cute animal collector, so I'll adjust accordingly. If you're from Europe and you're interested in joining a low pop server with custom events and world settings, check out the Discord. Hit me up. Send me a PM. And if you have some thoughts on the whole Palworld is taking over the gaming world subject, let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy to start a little discussion with you guys. Thank you for watching my spiraling addiction ruining my sleep schedule type video. I appreciate you stopping by, leaving a like, subscribing, supporting me on OnlyPals, all that. I will see you in the next video. Peace.